What if I told you, even if you had millions of dollars, you still might not be allowed to buy a Ferrari? Sounds crazy, right? In a world where money can buy almost anything, Ferrari plays by a completely different set of rules. Because for Ferrari, it is not just about how much money you have. It is about who you are, how you behave, and whether you deserve to own the brand. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why Ferrari doesn't just sell cars. They protect a legacy. The story begins with a man who didn't care about luxury. He cared about racing. His name was Enzo Ferrari. Enzo wasn't trying to build a luxury empire. He was obsessed with speed, competition, and winning. In fact, Ferrari originally built road cars for one simple reason: to fund racing. That is it. The road cars were never meant to be the main product. They were just a way to support Ferrari's true passion, motorsport. And that mindset changed everything. Because while other car companies focused on selling more, Ferrari focused on building something rare, something exclusive, something not everyone could have. And that is where the strategy begins. Ferrari doesn't operate like a normal business. Most companies try to maximize sales. Ferrari does the opposite. They limit production on purpose. Every year, Ferrari produces far fewer cars than the demand, which creates something extremely powerful: scarcity. And scarcity creates desire. Because when something is hard to get, it instantly becomes more valuable. But Ferrari takes this even further. For their most exclusive models, you can just walk into a showroom and buy one. Even if you have the money, you need a relationship with Ferrari. You need history. You need loyalty. In some cases, you need to already own multiple Ferraris. Only then, you might get an invitation. Yes, an invitation to buy a car. Think about that. The company making you feel lucky to spend your own money. That is not just business. That is psychological mastery. Ferrari understands something most brands don't. Luxury is not about accessibility. It is about exclusivity. And the harder it is to get, the more people want it. But here is where things get even more interesting. Ferrari doesn't just control who buys their cars. They also care about what happens after you buy one. There have been cases where Ferrari has taken legal action against owners for modifying their cars in ways that damage the brand image. For example, when celebrities customize Ferraris in extreme ways, it doesn't always go well. Ferrari wants their cars to represent a certain identity: performance, elegance, heritage, not chaos, not gimmicks, and not disrespect to the brand. Because for Ferrari, every car is a reflection of their legacy, and they protect that legacy aggressively. This level of control might sound extreme, but it works because it keeps Ferrari different. While other brands chase trends, Ferrari stays consistent. While others try to please everyone, Ferrari chooses carefully, and that creates something incredibly powerful: respect. Now let us talk numbers. Despite producing fewer cars than many competitors, Ferrari generates massive profits. Why? Because they don't compete on volume, they compete on value. Each car is sold at a premium, and the brand itself continues to grow stronger every year. In fact, Ferrari is not just a car company anymore. It is a symbol, a status statement, a dream. Owning a Ferrari tells the world, you didn't just make money, you made it. And that is why people don't just buy Ferrari. They chase it. So the next time you see a Ferrari on the road, remember, you're not just looking at a fast car, you're looking at a brand that mastered exclusivity, controlled desire, and turned limitation into power. Now I want to ask you something. If you had the chance, would you buy a Ferrari? Or would you choose something else? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because the next story might completely change the way you see money, luxury, and power.